All right, moving on. What if Michigan beats Ohio State again?
Well, the first reaction I would have is I feel bad for Ryan Day's offseason heading into 24 because he has had to endure countless criticism. I mean, from fans, from people that have seemingly forgot what happened in the semifinal game where they were a series, a sequence, a couple plays away from beating Georgia, from getting to the national championship and probably winning the national championship against a TCU team that was totally overmatched. So that would be my first takeaway if that were to come to fruition. For Michigan, it would mean that they continued the status quo. They have an edge right now, or at least they have had an edge the last couple of years at the line of scrimmage against Ohio State. And last year, they were able to create a lot of big plays against an aggressive defense. That will likely continue. It would mean that Jim Harbaugh had done the unthinkable. They had protected their home field naturally. But Jim Harbaugh had done the unthinkable, and people said he couldn't beat Ohio State. Now he's beaten them 3 straight years. And Jim Harbaugh clearly found the recipe to not just try to out-athlete Ohio State. You probably can't do that. But, hey, we can win in a phone booth better than they can win in a phone booth. And they live on the perimeter. They live with their wide receivers. We're going to live between the tackles, and that's where we're going to hit you, and we're going to hit you over and over and over and over and over again. And then when you get greedy, we're going to hit a couple big plays down the field. We're going to hit it to our underrated wide receivers, let them make a guy miss, and they might be out the gate. We've seen that happen the last couple of years as well. So I think really more for Michigan, because going into the game, will they be favored? Will they not be favored? I'm not sure it really matters. But to me, the onus, if this result happened at season's end, it would really be more of an overreaction about where Ohio State's program currently resides. It would not any longer be a conversation of 1A, 1B. It would be a clear Michigan 1, Ohio State 2, which would be really uncomfortable for Buckeye fans because that has not been the case for the better part of 2.5 decades, 25 years just about, since it felt like there was a clear pecking order and Michigan was at number 1. So even though they've won the last couple of years, the court of public opinion would probably still lean in favor of Ohio State, which I'm not 100% sold on. The last year, Ohio State a favorite in the game. The year before, Ohio State a huge favorite in the game, even though when you look at Michigan, they clearly had an advantage being able to control the line of scrimmage and to take and deliver those body blows that ultimately brought Ohio State to their knees. So going to be very interesting to see this one play out. If it does happen, though, like I said, first reaction, probably an overreaction about Ryan Day's status as one of the top coaches in college football.